Hey, I'm in Adobe Illustrator and I want to discuss a couple of things with you that I want you to be mindful of. The first thing before I start, I like to go up to Window, I go to Workspace, and I go to Essentials Classic. Now, sometimes Essentials be on and it has a different type of, interface. I like the Classic because it's just what I'm used to using. Um, and it gives me a full set of tools and stuff that I'm used to. And of course, you can create the workspace that you're used to as you go forward. Um, you can make your own workspace once you get, what you like. You can save it, as it has new workspaces, and you can make your own thing. But I want to just show you a couple of things, and like I said, I want to make sure you guys are paying attention. So I'm going to test you on this afterwards. So the first thing I want to show you here is going to be the shape tools. I think I talked to you about this shortly once before, but I want to go here and show you the shape tools. So your shape tools, I'm just pulling these off, okay? And I want to make, this is the rectangle tool. So of course you make a rectangle, but if I want to make a square, I will hold down the shift key, constrain the sides, okay, to make a square. Same thing with the rounded rectangle tool. I can make a rounded square by holding down the shift key, pulling, clicking and dragging, and pulling down to the side. Now you want to be mindful of what I'm doing. I did something here that I normally don't do in terms of moving the tools and moving the shapes. Is I normally will click out of the tool and go to the selection tool, but some of the features in Adobe Illustrator or the new versions have allowed for us to kind of be able to move some things within the interactive shape before we start doing something else or going somewhere else, so we can still modify these shapes a little bit more. Okay. All right, so the next one I'm going to go to is the ellipse tool. Draw the ellipse. Now of course you're going to get your egg type of shapes here. You're going to get the your ovals, right? But of course, the ellipse tool is going to be used to draw a perfect circle. Shift key. Now you press the shift key down and drag in order to get your perfect circle. But like if you notice, I'm going to delete that circle. I'm going to delete this oval here. I'm going to click and drag that again. Do that one more time. Hold down the shift key. You see it's dragging from like the corner, like a corner side. Like I like to drag my circles or do my circles. I like to have them from the center, and I sometimes will have a guide or something of that nature. So if you want to drag it from the center, you will hold down your option key. All right, and you kind of see a different type of icon comes up there for your cursor. So you hold down your option key, click, and drag out, and then of course hold down the shift key to constrain. Now, after you do this, let the mouse go first, then let the other keys go. If you let the other keys go, you're going to have some wonkiness going on with the shape and how they're forming. So you want to make sure you let the mouse go, the mouse button, whatever you're clicking, trackpad, let that go first, and then let the keys go. Your next shape here is going to be your polygon. Shift key, of course, to make it straight. All right, you can just draw it any way you want to by not holding anything down. Of course, draw from the center if you hold down the option key. Okay, shift key to make it straight. All right, just say you want to add some sides to that. You have the option to add the sides as you're drawing. You can hit the down arrow and delete sides. Okay, add sides. Just shift key and straighten that out. Now, you can also do that same deal with the star tool. The star tool, you can draw that, hold down the shift key. Now, years ago, for a long time, the star tool would draw this 5-pointed star, but the star would actually have these curves that was going out. So it wasn't straight. It was kind of a weird kind of star there. But they have put these options so you can kind of modify that star, and they have used it to where you can kind of do some things to to the star, so you don't have to worry about drawing that circular star that you normally would have had with the outside and not being straight. So here with that, you want to go to so let me delete this star and go back to my option key here. And if I want to hit the down arrow, I can delete the points. Okay. You see that? Delete the points there. I can also click with the star tool selected here, click the page, enter in where I want how many points I want. I can put 5, I can put 6, I can put 8, I can put 58. Let's see, let's do 24. Okay, so you can see you can make whatever, let's dismiss that. You can make whatever shape and things that you want once you add to your points. So you can click on the page, add your points. You can hold down the shift key, constrain your points, constrain your size. Hold down the shift key, hit the arrow up or down to delete and add points. Okay. So we got some funky shapes going on here. And of course, there are other features that Illustrator has added that we're going to go over and play around with a little later. Like I said, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, all of them allow you, an option to play with the program to kind of see what it is that you want. So, what does this do or what does that do? That type of thing when you come up with an idea or a design that you want. And it gives you an opportunity to kind of enhance your design and make these things more interesting to work with and play with. So, I want you to look at the quiz that I have after this movie. Oh, before I do that, let me do one more thing. Remember that you can add color by going to your tool palette and making sure you're clicking on the item here. You want to swap with the little swap and fill, okay? And you can add color, or I'm gonna click out of that and go to something else, right? I'm gonna click here, up here at the top. So you see my mouse here going up at the top. You have an option to click these things here and add color and stuff as well. So you're not limited to adding color just in this area or adding color over here if you don't see your swatch or anything. You have some options to add color. The only time you're limited to adding color to where you can't see anything but black and white is if you open up a document that has been saved in black and white, saved a certain way, and then you have to open up a palette to use. So that, most of the time it won't have an actual palette, that's there, a default palette for that particular document. That's the only time you'll be kind of forced to go and find a palette and things like that. But opening up a new document in Illustrator or any of the programs, you normally will be set with their default palette there for you to use. Okay? Alrighty. You guys stay warm.